Hexham, once again, is secure. As Johnathan moves about the fields outside, the old valley is quiet. His enemies are now captive, and he still has hope to save them. But it will take time and technology. Technology that he has in abundance thanks to his late wife, Lilion. And as for Lilion, her final resting place is in the main chamber. But this cavernous place, it is no home. Not anymore. It is a tomb. One in which Johnathan will reside, working on that vital work. As for Pix and Missy, they will not remain. Preparations are being made, and a journey is close at hand. One that will test them both, one that will see them away from this world of darkness and into another. Kia ora, Legionnaires. Rycon here, and welcome back to RimWorld Biotech Vampire Survivors. We have our vampire survivors here. Johnathan, Missy, Pex, and baby. Yeah, this baby here. The human saurid hybrid, which is now in a growth vat, along with the other children who are still in those growth vats as well. In here, we have baby Vaka. In here, we have baby Ram. And over here, we have baby Sierra. The children of the colonists that remain down here. Colonists that, well, aren't colonists, not anymore. They're all death resting. It will take time, a lot of time, for Johnathan to be able to save them from the blood that is now coursing through their veins. The blood that was fed to them by Jack Dodge, who is still in here for now. And let's not maybe eat Jack Dodge. I feel like that's probably the right call here. Incineration, that might be the way to go. And yes, going off of that, let's get that switched, turned back on. Oh, Lifter, you're going to be the one to do it. Well, okay, it was going to be Johnathan, but sure. One of Jonathan's minions incinerating the corpse of Jack Dodge. Well, I feel like that's just as dramatic. The flames lick at the still corpse, and just like that, it's done. We even got some armor back from that. A masterwork set as well, so we'll have to have a look and see if Pix or Missy will be able to make do with that. We've got steel plate on both of them at the moment, and really, it's not great armor. We will see what we have left here, and it does look like we have some recon armor, some other recon armor over here, and of course, wherever this winds up, we'll see what the condition of it is. 98% marine armor. Well, I feel like that's going to have to go to the eldest, so Missy, congratulations. I guess you get to wear the armor of Jack Dodge. Let's hope it's not cursed. And as for weapons, we are going to keep both Missy and Pex equipped with their scarlet edges. Ah yes, Pex. I think that recon armor is going to do you better than the heavy steel plate that you have on at the moment, so let's get you rocking that for now. And then there are the helmets. Let's see what we have going on at the moment. Marine helmet, 95%, and another marine helmet, normal quality. We'll just make sure that these aren't any better. Normal, yeah. And as for their actual equipment that they have on, the extras, at the moment Pex is rocking the Tox pack, and I'm thinking we might want to keep that because our sanguiphages, they're immune to toxicity, and it's something that we can use in battle. Sounds good to me. And Missy has the low shield pack, and also a charged sniper rifle in with the rest of her equipment. Good. We want that variety. For now though, we'll keep that blade close, and we're going to have to plan the trip that is ahead of us. And what a trip that is set to be. All the way from here, all the way to the very bottom of the map. Over here in the Quasath Rainforest, just south of the Barracuda Thumb Mountains. Interesting names, and there are many potential foes between us and that destination. We also have this great big, the mountain range goes the whole way across. We do have roads. Oh, and we will have to do something about that bison, because we're going to need bison to be able to travel this distance, and it's a big distance. We are going to have to stop off along the way in a number of places to be able to get food, supplies, but that is the way off of this world. This is a way to safety. What that great big thing out in space is, we don't know. The long night is still with us, and there is no telling how long it will be here for. It is a space entity of some kind. Johnathan, I think, knows in his heart that this world is doomed. Now, we could theoretically get a little bit of a head start by utilizing the transportation pods down here. We'll actually get another one built because we can split our carrying weight between all of these. Yeah, we just need to get the bison and everything else down here. And thankfully, we have had trouble move away. That trouble being the large amount of cats that were here in the last. The manhunters, realizing there was no food, eventually left. And yeah, you might be able to see these stinking tombs. Yeah, the prisoners, they didn't make it. The human prisoners, that is, and they now are rotting away in these spaces. So we're going to be keeping those doors closed for the foreseeable future. Missy, thank you very much for getting onto that. As soon as it is done, we are going to be making our preparations to leave this place behind. With Missy and Pix, of course. Oh, okay, and I've just noticed that we have other marine armor here. So Pix, congratulations, bud. Go and grab it. Yep, that'll make a difference. Okay, so we can take 750 kgs worth of mass with us here. Oh, and we are actually fully down a bison now. Unfortunate, but not the end of the world. We can see our caravan mass is 300 kgs, and we've got about 200 to spare here. We're going to be taking these packaged survival meals, the pemmican, at least 2 bedrolls. We've even got kibble and hay for our animals too. That's good. Now we will want to potentially bring some silver along for the ride, if we actually have any here still. Oh, we do. We do have a fair amount of that. And we can bring all of it with us. Yet again, I think Johnathan would be more than happy with that. Oh, and of course, let's not forget about hemagen packs. 40? I feel like that's a pretty decent number. Yeah, I mean, there's a little bit of extra weight. We could take more with us, but maybe we just have a look at taking some medicine. And you know what, considering how much actual medicine we've got, let's bring actual medicine. We've got one of our horses being brought down by Missy, thank you. And Johnathan has one of the bison, yay. And it's nearly time. Time for teary farewell. The very last of the hay is being loaded into these pods. Both Pix and Missy will need to jump in next. A farewell to Pix, and finally, Missy? There you are. Not knowing if he will ever see them again, Missy nods and waves in Jonathan's direction. Let's see just how far they'll be able to make it. So that's where we want to go. That's where we want to try and get to. And obviously, using roads as much as possible is going to make that a load easier. And it looks like we'll probably kind of be going down this way here, past some of our enemies. We could always stop in along the way to say hello, you know. And yeah, I think on the road there, that's the place to be. So Johnathan, well, this is it then, isn't it? One by one, they launch off into that night sky. Johnathan, now truly alone. Alone except for his old friends. Friends that are still under the influence of Yannick's blood. Perhaps he still lives on within them. Mr. Withers, you can save them yet. Silently, across the night they travel, and now they've arrived. And yeah, they're going to be able to move without too much trouble, I think. I think when they get walking again, after we've been to somewhere else, we might be able to get them riding on the stallion and the mare. But let's just get an idea of how long it might take us to get all the way over to here. 16.7 days. We got 9.9 days worth of food. I think we try and push it as far as we can. That's the path that we have in front of us. And we don't have much in the way of friends along the way. We do have pigmen over here. Yeah, we might have to try and stop off. But of course, there are many enemies that line the path. This won't be so straightforward, I think. Meanwhile, back at home, the many machines of Johnathan will keep busy keeping this place going because it's a lot for just one person to take care of. One person and 5 kids. And there we have it. As day, doing air quotation marks there, dawns, the caravan sets off. And of course, just reiterating, the reason why there are air quotation marks there is because there is no sun here whatsoever. And while that is comfortable for sanguiphages, preferred really, it does mark the sign that something much bigger is at play. Gosh, just looking back at home here, how big those mushroom fields are, I don't think Jonathan's going to have much trouble keeping fed and, well, keeping our prisoners fed. Prisoners, I shouldn't say prisoners. Guests, old friends, pals, confidants, and heck, we even still have the wife of Jack Dodge, Yannick here, Angelica, who, might I remind you, is nearly 1800 years old. Nearly as old as Jack was. So she's been with him for a long time, and that blood of his has had even longer to keep its influence over her. One thing that I didn't really touch on is that while Johnathan seems to be doing okay right now, his mood is looking great, he's under the influence of many different stimulants, and he has had a number of breakdowns since he arrived here. He had a psychic bond with Freya, one that had influence over him in multiple ways. And those 2 times that Freya died, it affected him. And yeah, that psych-IT, that's keeping him together for now. Kept him together long enough to get his kids off to some kind of safety. And sure, he certainly doesn't know it's going to be safe out there, or that this machine intelligence could be trusted. But Johnathan does have a connection to machines. Perhaps it's just desperation, or maybe he truly did sense a altruistic spirit to this being of code. Either way, Charlon Whitestone is out there waiting, and with another day past, we have a dangerous stretch ahead of us. Oh boy. And during the night, here at Hexham, a space battle is taking place. Yet another space battle happening over our heads in those darkened skies. I do think that this has a great deal to do with whatever is happening out there. We have a regular normal human though, which is an interesting change. Morlania. Oh, actually, I said normal. No, a bruiser. Interesting. Johnathan, I think we might be able to make a save here. And over here, someone dead who was also a bruiser and was a worshipper of the blood. How intriguing. Yes, as I said, there are things happening above us that we do not fully understand. Just a regular human. You okay up there, Johnathan? Yup, and so is your friend. Let's see if we can actually rescue her. Just be mindful of all the explosions, eh? And anyone else that's dropping down, like Bucky here. Yeah, we'll be finishing you off. Yet another Strigoi, it looks like. One that is already dead. Our visitors are going to be leaving, walking through this dangerous field of explosions. Johnathan, yeah, make that quick. And the sound of another. A Strigoi. Yeah, be fast about it. There we go. Oh, and okay. We have Sammy here, a genie who is just getting on out of here. I don't blame you for doing that, Sammy. You actually survived. Cass, a baseliner. Now that is an interesting thing. One of the ways in which we might be able to save some of the folks that are down here is by taking what makes them a sanguiphage from them. They may be just human, but we'll see if we can save them. Perhaps a chance for answers. Oh, okay. Well, I was about to say that we've had yet another Strigoi drop down here, but we just had Morlania join us. A geologist. Interesting, and a pyromaniac at that. A strange trait for a sanguiphage to have. Well, I'm sure that Johnathan could do with the company. And he's, visiting the grave of Lilion. Oh, and as for what's actually on this thing here, the sarcophagus is engraved with the portrayal of Johnathan Bavent, placing Lilion Bavent's body within a grave and talking quietly to the memorial. In the distance, a town is covered with snow. The work seems to express starvation. Though few would expect it, a rogue near the edge of the image represents triumph. Interesting. Well, yet another bruiser. Nadine Mercer. Morlania, let's do some coagulating. And Whitney, yet another baseliner. We may try and save you too. Well, she's still a little injured. There we go. Another saved. And another here. Now, who do we got? Okay, Paunch. Just a pigman. Alright, you've still got some blood to give, yeah? Get to it. Oh, and to get more blood, let's go after Banks. You won't be finishing them off. Perhaps that does make sense. Johnathan, it'll have to be you then. But while you're up here, we'll be getting you, trying to rescue some of those others. Paunch, we got Mercer now. How about you pop up for Whitney? Oh, okay. No, Mercer joins. Well, okay then. Morlania, let's just leave her be for now then. Yeah, you can walk around just fine. Rescue. And so, what does it mean having these new people here? Well, they are unexpected additions. The space battle is done, and they've left a fair amount of resources up here. Cass and Paunch are down here. We don't know whether or not they will join us or if they'll just leave. And Morlania is dropping off Whitney. Well, the fires are out, and all that remains here, bodies and all, shall be used. Cass has decided to leave, and that's fine. Paunch has decided to join. Well, that just leaves Whitney. We will be utilizing Mercer's ability to filter infection here to help Cass out. There we go. Better. Now, the potentially dastardly thing that we could do here is use individuals like Paunch, for example, to draw the blood out. How far is Johnathan willing to go? So, as you can see, we can absorb the xenogerm of Edith here, which would turn Edith back into a baseliner. She would be free of the hold that Yannick has on her, though. We'd have Edith back. But that would mean sacrificing Whitney and Paunch, because they would then be under that influence, the influence of that old blood. Mercer and Morlania, they don't have any social connections to them. But Johnathan, that's... well, even though we have seen kindness from these sanguiphages, at their heart, they are selfish creatures. And Johnathan, I think, would want more than anything right now to have one of his old friends back. Yeah, Paunch, sorry, it's gonna be you. Johnathan is standing by. Whether or not this experiment will work remains to be seen. The first step is done. Now, Edith's genes regrew just recently. She currently has gene loss shock. This is where Whitney comes in. Whitney? She can't use it yet. But I believe that once this is gone, and once Edith is she's in the position where her genes are regrowing, if someone were to try and take that, well, that wouldn't work. And you know what? I suppose, we could try this, couldn't we? Whitney. Now, it does say it will kill him, but we can't be sure. Not 100%. because I swear I've seen it work before, as Paunch is a sanguiphage right now. Yup, it worked. It worked. The blood has transferred. Okay. You're in a coma, so that's probably going to lead to death, I think. The others don't need to know, Johnathan. Let's get them to hospital quickly. It is dangerous, leaving her in there with the others. Cass has infections that are spreading. Morlania, we'll need you for that. Oh, well, not right now. Suppose it'll have to be Mercer again. And there we go. Nearly better. One more time, if you would. That'll do it. Yeah. Don't pay attention to Whitney's new ears. And Paunch, well, we don't know what's going to happen there either. But in 2 days' time, we'll be able to find out with Edith if it is truly possible. And perhaps Paunch is a good subject to keep an eye on. Because whether or not he can come out that coma, well, we'll have to see. For now, we will give you good medication, but not the very best. We'll see if that pays off. As for Missy and Pix, they've done a decent amount of travel so far. They still have over a week to go. But right along their path, we have the Poison Gang. We have Venom Port here, and they are very, very hostile to us. So I think they're going to have to make a stop. Get some more days of food. Oh, and that's just the days of food. No, it's 2 weeks before they reach their destination. So let's definitely stop off here. All right, it is time for our 2 youngins to throw down. So let's see what we're going to be dealing with here. Some pretty decent numbers. Oh, and they're already sending flame out towards us. Not great. Not superb. We've got turrets over this side here. It looks like some turrets aren't working. Regardless, we just need to get moving. And move we shall. Come on. Oh, well, thankfully that shell went right off the map. We will also need to keep in mind that Missy does have some psi powers. Blinding Pulse being one of them. That obscures everyone within a certain area. However, right now her psi focus ain't looking so hot, but it does look like she'll be able to get it off. Okay, first of all, we need to get across this river. Thankfully, these sanguiphages aren't bothered by flowing water. I think I like that spot down there for us to attack from. We're going to swap out to our rifle with Missy, and we're going to try and see if we can create a little bit of havoc over this way first. And that does give a bit of terrain that we're going to have to cover, but I'm pretty confident that she's going to be able to do that. Let's just have a look and see what we've got range-wise here. Oh, you can already get someone from that distance. I guess we're going for waste. I hope we're going for waste. Looks like you might have been trying to go for that turret there, so let's try and go for either waste or Lisa. Let's try and go for waste first, huh? We might have to get a little bit closer here. Maybe behind this tree. And let's go for Bass Kick. He's out in the open at the moment. There we go. A decent strike. He's turning tail. He's running. And, okay, we got him fleeing. Mercer, you can have your looks change. We can see that Shade is, gearing up. And Missy, ooh, okay, we'll probably have to get you moving soon. Do we want to try this from there though? We can get Shade with it right away. Let's see. There we go. That's them blinded. Now, can I actually see that effect on them? Psychic blindness for an hour? Sight 50%. No way. No way. That is very, very good. Okay, well, we're still getting pelted from back here. Okay, that is our cue. That's when we get out of here. Let's get jumping, Missy. There's no point in us taking unnecessary damage. We will take some pot shots though, like maybe get one shot off at Shade there. Not quite good enough. Okay, we'll keep you running. Back towards Pex. And it will give your shield a chance to actually charge up as well. Shade should really not have a good chance to hit us, but you never know. Again, we're going to play safety first. Yeah, get back there, get back there. So we want them to come around the corner towards us. They still have a lot in the way of numbers, and we can't do too much about that. The piercing spines are going to be a good way for us to try and do some damage to them when they first come around this corner here. So let's see if we can get that to kind of work out for us. We're going to go and change back to our actual weapon here as well, and we'll just see how this goes. Okay, so we want to do a piercing spine on you. Decent. We'll try and go for another one as well if we can. Okay, very good. Pex is getting in there, and that looks like that's going to be an execution. You need to go. I don't even know what you're rocking there, but I believe we should be able to get an execute if we're quick. Oh, you're an impid. You're an impid, and you are dead. Very nice. Shade is taking off, so we want to make sure that we get these two on stiletto right away, because you're dual-wielding weapons that I do not like. Okay, we want to do another blinding pulse here, I think, as they start to come around the corner. Missy, if you would be so kind. Let's see. Okay, that got a few of them. Very nice. And we've got enough psychic heat to maybe get off another one here, but we want to be careful. Numbers are... they're pretty high. We are kind of surrounded at the moment, more so than I would like, and I think it's going to take a little bit before we can do some executions again. Still, I think having their sight down as much as it is helping us. Let's also deploy the Tox Pack, because I don't think all of them are Toxes, so that'll start to cause some pain for them. And I think it's almost worth us getting another one of these down. We just want to make sure that we don't get R2 Sanguiphages from that. Missy, good luck, and thank you. Yeah. Okay, they're fleeing. They are fleeing. Good frickin' stuff. I'm going to get a Coagulate on Pex just because he's pretty cut up. And then I'm going to let the two of them chase them down. Or, do we just play it safe? How are they all doing at the moment, health-wise? Toxic buildup is initial. So let's just go ahead, move back around cover, just to be safe for now. Pex, let's get you around the other side. Missy, let's get you moving. No need for us to take unnecessary injuries here. They're going to be able to shoot a whole lot. We're going to change back to our other weapon, and we're going to let Missy just kind of take some pot shots at them as they run away. Grey getting nailed there. Shade is down. How good is your gear? Not very good. Okay, we've still got two that are alive. Missy, we want to go and do a death knell. We're going to have to get around the corner to be able to do that. And let's do it quickly because they are going to die in just a moment here. Looks like we've got some more Tox Packs that we're going to be able to strip off of them. Excellent work. Pex, let's get you moving down here. And I would like a blood feed. Get you a little bit more hemogen. They do have packs, so they're going to be able to drink them on the road, I would think, without too much trouble. And your pack, Pex, is that something that just recharges? Needs to be reloaded with 35 chem fuel. Well, let's just drop it for now. And we'll go and take one of the ones off of you here. Yeah, nice. And I'm almost tempted to get Missy to do the same. Because while the shield is kind of useful, I think if they both did this at the same time, it would just be, yeah, brilliant. Pex, with that new blood, we're going to make sure that Missy gets taken care of too. All right? New packs for both of you. Unfortunately, so many of them just have bio-coded weapons. Shade's going to have bio-coded as well. We are going to go and feed from you though. Oh, okay. You're still alive, so Pex, you go feed from Basic. And it does look like there is one lone survivor, Billy, over here. We're not going to be able to clear the place out until Billy is gone. So that sounds like a job for Missy. And indeed, I believe it is. Let's get you jumping, let's say there. That seems like an accurate jump. Oh, it is, but it's not quite enough. Oh dear, we do have a turret to contend with, it seems. Well, I'm not so concerned about that. Let's try and do an execution here. We'll see if that works out. Oh, it most certainly does. Base destroyed. Let's leap on top of that turret now, if you'd be so kind. You chopped her head off, huh? Yeah. Okay. Good job, Missy. And the turret's taken care of. Wonderful. So now we can go to all of these doors. We're going to say claim, and we're just going to go and see what they had. Well, they have a lot of booze in fermenting barrels at the moment. But beyond that, not much else really. This has got to be their storeroom then, right? No, seemingly not. They really didn't have much, if anything, in the way of supplies. Alright, so this time we're gonna select these two here as our mounts, and we'll see if that does improve the speed. It's 14.8 days, I don't think it changes that much. Well, it does look like they had some meals here, so we'll take them, even if some of them are gonna rot. We'll take the yayo and the go juice, and that's that. Oh, and interestingly enough, by destroying the base, we are making some friends. Well, maybe not friends so much as neutral peoples with similar enemies, something like that. Because the Empire, well, they still aren't a fan of us. Well. You know what? Something that I didn't consider, and it's wild to me that I didn't consider it. We have Morlania. We have Mercer. Both of them are good to go, with them planting their genes. Right now, we can override the old blood. I think we do it. Edith wouldn't be a sanguiphage, wouldn't be of our blood, the blood of Bavent, but she wouldn't be Yannick's. That's a good start. Okay. Well, here goes nothing. Edith, it worked. It worked. And Edith is completely lacking her hair right now, which will eventually grow back out. But Edith, she's back. And that leaves one more. Who is it going to be then? It could be Angelica, set free after all these years. Or it could be Ocarin, the first daughter of Edith. I think it would be a sign of good faith, if nothing more. Mercer, if you would be so kind. Let's make that happen. Ocarin, you're next. And there we go. Free as well. Johnathan, congratulations. You've got Edith and Ocarin back. They are sound of mind, and yes, their hair isn't exactly the same as it was before, and their skin is deathly pale, the same complexion as Morlania and Mercer. It is the complexion of the Bruja. For now, they will rest, and then comes, well, everything else, everything that follows. The heartache, the loss, but also a desire to help the others. No doubt, Edith will want to see Belle saved next. And I think Johnathan wouldn't mind having a very long conversation with Angelica. But yeah, that is going to take time. Edith's genes are going to be regrowing for a long period of time. The same with Ocarin. So, we'll be relying on other methods. Paunch is still alive in that coma, and whether or not he'll recover from it, I suppose we'll see, won't we? Oh, and checking back in quickly with New Haven, Yuko has grown up and now has the full responsibilities of an adult. Congratulations, Yuko. It's just the three of you here. Delilah, Yuko, Bogo. They're making the most of it. So, we have the Caravan closing in on yet another Poison Gang location. And I hope we might be able to do a little bit of work here to help our team move that much faster. We'll see how that goes though. And our attack is underway. Let's see what we're dealing with, and it's a decent looking town, all centered around this major structure that's here. We've got quite a few turrets protecting it as well. This is a major settlement. Ooh, would you look at that? We've got some neutralopes. Well, not boomlopes, so we can't make them go boom. We also have some of the Poison Gang just like on the far outer edges. I'd like to see if we can do something about that. Now, of course, we do have our two horses here as well, which we are going to get mounted up on. Oh, we just need to be careful not to accidentally walk off the map with them. There we go, that's better. And we actually have a little fowl as well now. How cute. So, looking at the map, We've got two that are just off by themselves right now. Are you guys walking off of the map? You might be. Let's keep our eyes on them. Honestly, if they're just leaving, I think we just let them leave. I mean, that honestly seems to be what they are doing. Yup, okay. That's super weird. And we can hear other fighting going on. Okay. Is there a prison break going on? What is happening here? Okay, we are also being attacked apparently. They're starting to pile out. Rifles at the ready. Okay, so they are coming to us then. Well, I suppose we could do the fight down here, couldn't we? Try and make the most of the cover. Yeah, sure. We're gonna have to deal with some wargs first of all, it looks like. But of course, if we can kind of keep them in and around this area, the tox packs that we have should help us out a lot. So I think we probably want to get off of these mounts of ours and just hope that they go a bit further than that away. That would help. Missy, let's get that rifle out and we'll get you in that doorway. Take your shot, do what you do, and it looks like we're probably going to have to go straight into fighting here. That's fine, back on up and get ready. Pex, same with you. There we go, it's just a warg. We can handle that, right? There's just a few wargs, that's the only thing. Stab away, good, very good. Alright, well they're nearly here. Okay, now is when we deploy the tox. Horses, I am sorry in advance here. Oh, is that an actual grenade? It is. Yeah, you might want to move there. You might want to move. And let's see, we definitely want to try and do some blinding here. Let's maybe do it over in this direction. We don't want to be getting Pex, ideally. Okay, that got some of them. Pex, let's get you moving up there. Missy, let's get you moving into this doorway. I think that'll help us out the most. We'll get you doing a jump over there. And there we go. Okay, so the tox gas is going to start to take effect on them. It looks like the horses have gotten out the way. That's good to see. Missy, are we going to be able to get another blinding pulse off? It would be great to be able to get this lot up here as well. And yep, we most certainly can. Oh, okay, that's another explosion. Don't love that. I think we want to get out of here really quick. So let's just do that, and then we can jump back into it. We just want to get away from the explosion, because explosion's not good for sanguiphages. Let's move up there if we can, and jump. Missy, go. Oh, I think we just got out in the nick of time. Maybe? A little hard to tell, but we're going to be jumping pretty much straight back into the fray. Let's land on top of you if we can. And Missy, let's just land on top of this group here. Okay, here we go, jumping back in. Alright, Pex, can we do a piercing spine? Maybe on the one that's throwing stuff at you. I guess we could if we get a little closer. Let's get moving up. Try to. Actually, just hop over there. I don't like the idea of you being fully out in the open. And Missy, let's get to work. Yeah, that's good, that's good. I'm liking what's happening here. We're just going to keep on jumping around as much as we can, just so that we can really start to deal some damage here. Pex, you're going to have to get away again. Missy, you're in a good position. So we've got two that are up the top there that aren't affected by the tox gas. Still just minor on them, it looks like. Okay, so we're going to do a jump again. We're going to try and land on top of you if possible. Pex, get out of there. Good job, buddy. Very good. Love to see it. That's another down. Very, very good. And let's try and drop right on top of Belrose. Okay, that's another that we got running from Missy up here. We're going to drop on top of Kyson. And just, whoa boy. All right, a little laggy. Oh, okay. I think Pex was doing an execution. Sacrifice that we're just going to have to deal with, I suppose. Pex, we did it. Base destroyed. Base destroyed. Can we get a piercing spine off in time? Not quite. But we can do another long jump. Belrose, I don't want you getting away. No, if we can get you, we will try. Missy, let's get you doing a long jump here. We'll see if we can maybe get to Martin. And Pex, you're going to have to get quite a bit further ahead from Belrose to actually be able to get them, huh? Oh, there we go. That's pretty decent. Let's get stabbing. Okay, very nice. And Missy, sure, we'll get you going after Wookite. Now Martin. Or perfectly executed. Well, not quite. You didn't start the attack. Belrose, let's get you down. I think Martin's the last one that's actually still standing at the moment. Come on, Missy. You've got this. A good stab. And there we are. Killed. Well done. And so now that we have this base on lock, there is a lot going on here, and I'm hoping that they have some chem fuel, because if they do, we can build ourselves some drop pods. Now I do wonder how much we can actually claim here, whether or not these turrets are still going to be hostile towards us. Well, we've got some prisoners that are making their way out, good for them. Oh, and it does look like our mayor is going to need a little bit of help, so we'll help you. Actually, I need you both to help yourselves first. That seems like a good start. And there we go. Missy, you don't have a lot of blood left. Let's get down over there. And Pex, before we go any farther, let's just do some blood feeding up here. Actually, it's Missy that we need to get fed. Okay, bleeding out in an hour. I don't like the sound of that. So we are going to do a jump over here. We should have just enough to coagulate. Let's see, how much do we need? 20. Okay, so I think we can do another jump here and still be safe. Let's see. Yeah, it's right on the edge. And let's get you doing that heal. Wonderful. All the prisoners here seem to be totally happy to just wander around. And I do think the turrets are chill now, maybe? Oh, no, they're not. No, they're not. So we need to disrupt their power system. That, or we just get in quick and take out these turrets. We do have another one right there, so I suppose it would probably be beneficial for us to just go for the power, really. But you know what? I started that, so let's finish it. And, you know, we'll jump in there if we can. Pop inside, Missy. Okay. Alright, that's what we got going on. And it does seem like the power is coming from... Okay, from here. The uranium slug turret and the autocannon. I'm a little nervous about them. Does look like we can move through here pretty much without too much trouble. There are so many slaves and prisoners here. I think they're slaves. Yeah, enemy slaves. Yeah. Oh boy. Oh boy. Wow. Okay. Okay. Personnel console. We got turrets just all over the show here. They were keeping prisoners here. Shivo. Yeah. Well, Missy, we need to get away from those turrets. I don't know if they have a clear shot at us from that angle, but that is not what we're here for. Oh boy, yeah, that uranium slug turret is, it's bad news. We don't want to tango with that. Alright, we're going to do a leap just so we can avoid that. And here's what I think we're going to do. We are going to chop through this wall here, deconstructing it. Oh, Johnathan. Yeah. Pex is having a good sleep. It's in a sleeping bag. Oh, how good. And Missy, yeah, we're going to go up and in this direction over towards these batteries here. We are going to see to taking these out. We really need to make sure that we are behind proper cover there though. Come on, last battery, and we can already see the power is starting to fluctuate here. That's good. There we go, Missy. Nicely done. Now we should be able to roam without these turrets popping us every few seconds. Well, I guess most of the time. There is but one more battery in here. Let's take that out. Oh, chem fuel powered generators. There's fuel in there. Wonderful. Well, of course we're going to take them apart. Most importantly, they have chem fuel that we don't need to make, chem fuel that could see us flying closer to our destination. Well, here we have the very last of the power generators that Pex is going to take apart for us. Meanwhile, Missy seems to have foregone her armor for a duster. Alright, okay, it looks cool, but it's not super protective. And while it does seem like it's going to take us a little bit to put together these pod launchers here, I can't help but feel terrible about leaving Shivo in a place like this. Hey, he's still got a Zeus hammer on him. Shivo was the mech slayer, the siege breaker, and Missy might be able to help him out yet. Let's see. We've got a bed that has been set aside for prisoners. And now that you're done with that, Missy, I'd like to ask you to see if you might be able to, capture Shivo. Doesn't seem like that's something that you can do. Oh, because there's no path to him. Well, let's make a path. We don't have any option to arrest him. Please don't just straight up kill him, Missy. And yeah, do be careful. That is a Zeus hammer. And you're not wearing any bloody armor, of course. Come on, Shivo. Just go down. Missy, well done. Okay, capture Shivo, don't worry about the others, or, just completely destroy Squirt. And Paunch has died. Paunch, who helped carry the bad blood away from Edith. And of course, Whitney is being held. She also helped, yet that bad blood still flows through her. Jonathan's hands are far from clean. Missy, you know what to do. We can save Shivo. And this will put Missy out for a little bit. But I don't think she can just leave him here. Wait. It worked, but it didn't. Hi. What? The ears, he still has... I'm very confused. Very confused. But he's a regular sanguiphage. Interesting. Very interesting. And concerning. Well, Shivo is Shivo, but strange. Oh, and Pexia, please just save your sister. Thank you. Well, it looks like, Missy did a number on Shivo, cutting off some fingers here and just straight up nearly killing him. Pex, I think a coagulate might be in order. Yeah. He is in a death rest now. Look at that. We've already got one of them up and running. Now we are going to need chem fuel. We don't have a lot of it here, it seems, unless they've got some hidden away. So we will have to get a biorefinery put in place. The pods are locked. They are loaded. We are ready to go. And with 1.7 days until enemies arrive, it's best that we get out of here. Shivo is his own man once again, free from the hold that Yannick had over him. He is a sanguiphage, yet he still holds some of the traits of the Strigoi. Strange, the blood has mingled. Shivo's story no doubt will not end here. He still has that Zeus hammer, and he still has most of his arms still attached to him. Thankfully, Missy was kind. We are going to be leaving our bison behind, so that we can take our 3 horses with us. Shivo will have a mount once he's healed, once he's ready to go. But for now, we must go. And how far can we? Quite a ways. Decent. That'll knock a number of days off of the travel. We'd have to hope. And we are away, up and over the section of land we travel. And landing back on the main road here, that cuts out a number of days worth of traveling for us. So even though it took us time to make those pods and everything else, I think it was still worth it. Now the real question is, how long is it going to take us to get there from here? A week? A week. All right. Stay on the move. Back in Hexham, it's time yet again for another experiment to see if we might be able to save Whitney and then in turn save the others. Both Edith and Ocarin are back up on their feet. However, they are shaky. It's taking a while to get used to their new forms. The blood of the Bruja is different to that of the plain sanguiphage. They don't have the same strength that they did before, physical strength, but their mental faculties are far more improved. They'll get used to it in time. And Whitney, we will see how this goes. The machines of Lilion will do their work. And as for our siblings, they're nearly at a river that will take them to a town. One that we desperately do need to visit because, well, the days of food, they're dropping fast. We're 1.3 days away from this at the moment. Unfortunately, it seems a lot of the food that we had would have been on the larger bison, and it was the fresh stuff that's been rotting away. We've got hay for the horses. They're doing totally fine. But yeah, it's these two that'll need a little bit of extra food. But if we can get here, we should be able to trade for some just fine. It's going to be a little tight. Oh boy. Okay. New lovers. These bruiser, I swear. Instinctively, Morlania has formed a psychically bonded romantic relationship with Johnathan. Johnathan, my lad, you have no chill. Or maybe you have too much chill, I'm not sure. But either way, yeah, I mean, you seem to be getting along just fine. Too fine, in actual fact. Well then. Well, Whitney, let's see what occurs. Okay? A coma again. A coma that I'm not sure you're going to be able to recover from. We will do what we can to see that you survive this. Well, the caravan has run out of food, but we are very close. Good thing. Well, they've managed to pull together a little bit of food, but it's just that, a little bit. We are going to need more. I'm hoping that we'll be able to maybe get better prices here before we continue on. We're certainly going to try. Oh, well, no, that's much better. Packaged survival meals, that'll last. And with 0.3 days left to travel, they're nearly there. This is it. Missy, Pex, push on. And the caravan has arrived. Ship found. Missy, Pex, let's see what we are looking at here. And yeah, there it is. Look at all of those. Crypto-sleep sarcophagi. Many. Well, not sarcophagi, they're caskets. They're good to go. Show launch report. No full crypto-sleep caskets. Yeah, we're going to need to, jump in? Get it going? You've reached the coordinates sent by Charlon Whitestone and discovered the hidden starship. The starship's reactor is still in deep hibernation mode, so it can't fly yet. You can start it up by interacting with the ship computer core. Charlon Whitestone warns you, though, that the process will take about 15 days. Half a month here. Well, these two, they're going to need to defend this ship for that time. Let's start it up. It starts to whir into life. The starship. 14 days until it's good. The reactor, I think, is just going to be doing this. Getting ready as much as it can. We can see that that structural beam could probably do with a little bit of a repair. So Missy, if you wouldn't mind, just let's try and keep this thing in one piece. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Oh yes, and the computer core, that'll need some repairing too. Pex, if you wouldn't mind. And well, Legionnaires, that is where we're going to be leaving things for today's episode. I truly did think that this was going to be our last episode here on this planet. Yet this kind of travel is never so easy and straightforward, is it? Missy and Pex had quite the journey to get here, but they arrived, and in one piece. No small task for the young ones. But they are not done yet. We've still got 14 days to go before this thing is ready to take off. And in that time, who knows what might happen. This world is most certainly doomed. And in its death throes, no doubt, it will throw everything it has at us. But we've made it so far, haven't we? So let's keep on keeping on. And so, I ask you all, if you enjoyed today's episode, please consider leaving a comment or a like to let me know if you enjoyed the show. As for now, I have been Rycon. You have all been awesome. And until next time, stay tuned.